Ethan Klein eaten by his own yet again. Okay, if you guys didn't know, Ethan's had a massive fallout with his radical leftist audience. Ethan is more reasonable, but he's still on the far end of the spectrum with some of this stuff. But if you're any sort of reasonable in some of these cults, they will eat you alive. And that is what's happening. So Ethan is Israeli. His wife is Israeli. His wife is like born and raised in Israel. He's Jewish, did the whole like, what is it, rite of passage thing.
Rite of passage.
And long story short, just saying sensible stuff. Like October 7th is wrong. No!
Yeah.
Saying sensible stuff like the guy who put himself on fire seems like he's demented and sick in the head and that accomplished nothing. No! You Zionist! Shrine! What is it? No, we call him?
Swine.
Swine. No, shill. You Zionist shill.
Yeah.
So this is unfolding in real time. Here's Ethan and Hyla rolling their eyes after receiving slight pushback from their only Muslim employee. Ethan may be bullying his employees as Abdullah bravely defends Aaron while appearing visibly terrified. All right.
Visibly terrified.
Visibly
All right,
terrified.
so let's...
My joke wasn't like, oh, look at this idiot. What a idiot. What I said at all.
I don't think people were upset with the joke. I think it was that what I saw some people saying is that you were looking at it from like an all lives matter type view.
What did I say that was all lives matter?
By ignoring what his cause was rather than...
How did I ignore his cause?
Well, I'm just giving you what they were saying.
Well, I just want to know because people keep trying to say
you're talking about suicide.
Yeah,
and
I said isn't good, and people shouldn't glamorize
yeah,
it.
and they were upset that you were
And by the way, let me
focusing on
clarify.
suicide
If it
rather
seems
than
like
the
I'm angry
genocide.
at AB, I'm not. I'm fired up.
Yeah.
I love AB.
So for context, he's catching pushback because he cracked a joke.
Yeah, I think he said...
minimized the guy who put himself on fire, hot fire. And they're saying you're missing the cause and you shouldn't joke about this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying that's not what it was. And so this is him getting frantic because his Muslim, quote unquote, only Muslim employees pushing back.
Appreciate that because I'm desperate to understand the perspective. So I appreciate that you're conveying it to me. So go ahead, please.
Yeah, no, that's it. Just that you were focusing on this aspect rather than the genocide.
Well, yeah, the reason for that being is that was the part that, again, I've gone out and I've said that everything y'all want to hear.
I said all the things.
He's like, what else can I do?
I said all the things. Israel bad, Zionism bad, Palestine good. What more do you want from me? This is what happens when you. And the thing is, Ethan used to be more center right, kind of, right? Edgelord vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's just completely getting demolished by his audience is eating him alive because he's not pro-Palestine enough.
Yeah.
This is the death purity spiral, right? Like if you aren't perfect, you can't be good on an issue. Yeah. That's what's happening. And this happens in Christian circles too. But boy, is it bad on the left. Like in Christian circles, they'll just call you a heretic and tell you you're going to hell if you're not in their in-group.
Yeah.
In these circles, I mean, they're wishing suicide. You delete yourself. Like it's bad. Like the type of stuff they're saying about this dude and his wife.
I also like how this tweet says their only Muslim employee, as if they have like 2,000 employees. It's like they have a crew of like 6 or 7 people that have microphones.
Right.
They're Jewish and Israeli and hired a Muslim.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
No, but it's just like only Muslim employees, if they should have a disproportionate amount of Muslims in their in their office. I thought that was pretty funny. And then the heat continues. Another post. My team has received footage of Ethan making more remarks and getting terrified by the Muslim call to prayer, stating he's about to start running.
Say, follow the Allah Akbars. Dude, where are you taking us? Yo, I'm freaking out. I'm getting claustrophobic. I'm legit freaking out. What the f***?
I think Sean has a plan. And
Sean, what the hell, dude? I'm like about to start running.
So they're saying that he's being what?
They're saying he's being xenophobic or racist.
As someone that's been to Israel, hearing that thing 5 times a day, that it sounds eerie. I know that like it just sounds eerie. Like I don't know if it's the melody, the acoustics on their megaphone. Yeah, I mean, you know, it sounds eerie. Like it sounds eerie, but the fact that phrase has been I don't want to say appropriated. I'm not that versed in Islam, but that Allah Akbar phrase is yelled by the terrorists and all those people.
This man said appropriated.
I mean,
used
because not all Muslims are for that. Like not all
the
Muslims
ones that
rock
don't
with
read
that.
the Quran.
Chill. You're on a roll
Zach
today.
said the quiet part out
Holy
loud.
moly.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I don't want no smoke with the Muslims, bro. You know they got a like a fatwa on John McCrae's head? Yeah, bro.
This is what I mean, though.
We're like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? We're like, oh, not all Muslims. It's like, unless you say something, then they'll have a bounty on your head.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to meet Jesus. for
What
real.
are you talking about, dog?
I don't even know if fatwa was called, but he got something on his head. Well, I was like, bro, if I were you, I would get a conceal and carry and travel with that mug. Like check your like you're already checking a bag everywhere you go. Check your because because there's certain things they don't tolerate. Like unlike Christians, like the whole like don't mess with their prophet thing. Zach's joining the IDF as we speak.
That's amazing.
Zach's definitely thinking out loud today. If we don't see Zach next week, we know Zach is 100% right. I don't know. Here's what I don't know. I think you could make an argument based on Quranic Muslim sources that there's definitely more aggression in their paradigm.
Mm-hmm.
And we suppress that in our Western paradigm because we think people are generally good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think you can make an argument for that. You could also make an argument for my Muslim friends that is the equivalent of Westboro Baptist Christianity. Like that they're not reflective of all Muslims. So you could kind of call it either way. You know what I mean?
That's like talking to the new evangelicals about what Orthodox Christianity is.
That is fair.
Like your Muslim friends.
That is
Come on,
fair.
son, they're barely Muslim.
That is fair. You know, they call haram on pork, but like, you know, go pork women. Like you know, there's other
That's
stuff.
a fact.
So, you know, we see according to the Bible that prayer is extremely important in terms of us being transformed from the inside out when we get aligned with God's will. For the Christians watching this channel, I want you guys to implement these spiritual disciplines in your day-to-day life. And the only way I've been able to do this consistently is through writing down my prayers in a prayer journal that does a few things. One, it allows me to reflect and come to God humbly and ask him to move on my behalf. And two, it allows me to document my prayers, which ultimately help me remember the very things that I was praying for and see the hand of God tangibly in my life when he answers them. So I would urge you, consider writing down your prayers. It could be in a blank notebook. It could even be on your phone. Or you could check out the one I personally designed and used from my own quiet time and spiritual discipline that I think will be a huge blessing. It's the exact structure and system that I've used for years to pray and be more consistent in my spiritual disciplines. You can pick yours up today by clicking the link in the pinned comment below. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.